sleeping with the enemy. No mistake, money, stack and make money. Chuck it in, we coming in, shine, hurt you bubbling. Wrong move, oh boy, you in trouble, man. Got your pro quarterback, nigga fumbling. Trying to hate on me now, but yo, you crumbling. Got so many styles, she's all in love with them. You too much, trying to hold grip in the clutch. Got my hustle on Def Jam with my rustle on. Put my muscle on, stack it up. But baby, won't you back it up? I'm about to burst down pearl, you gift with the curse. You like my baby mama dripping, bitch, but wait, it gets worse. She wanna be the top dog, new Gucci purse. See them sparkles in the party, no jobs about the body. Make some noise with this, baby girl is poisonous. All bitter, I got a true queen, don't need nothing with her. But how you leave her gon' be crucial, yo. Beefing with a stupid hoe, I'm such a jerk. Gotta blame my own stupid self. Cause yo, misery loves company. Them streets steady bumping me. She wasn't worth the headache, so I had to kill her dead weight. Make the glove fit on some perfect love shit. Wicked bitch trick me, yo, sleeping with the enemy. Wicked bitch trick me, yo, sleeping with the enemy. Wicked bitch trick me, yo, sleeping with the enemy. Wicked bitch trick me, yo, sleeping with the enemy. No mistake, money, stack and make money.
Say hello.
Yes. We are here in the building. Place to be. It's that time. I'm Dr. Jonathan Preview. I got Big Freeze in the building. How you doing, Big Freeze?
What up, though? You know what it is. All good over here. Shoot, we waiting on these storms to come in over here.
Wait for them storms to slide on up in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see people out there baking cookies in a car because of the heat.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
Literally baking cookies.
Cookies?
Yes. I seen that shit on online. Showing how hot it is out there.
Yeah, I know one thing, man. It's burning up out here in LA. It's hot. Traffic is crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
The bays up in here. We're gonna talk about Bronny James, man. You heard about Bronny James? What happened, man?
Yeah, man, I heard about that, man. Actually, I was right before you called. We was talking about that online.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. On Facebook or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, that was bad, man. Salute. How you doing, MFC? Good morning.
Hey, salute everybody. How's it going?
Hey. What's up, MFC?
Hump day.
It's that hump day. Hump day. Don't smack
Ain't
your
nobody humping around. Y'all remember that Bobby Brown?
No.
Oh yeah.
Nah, man, I just got to watch. I seen this clip of the New Edition tour. Boy, that boy Bobby Brown look like he's struggling. He is struggling big time.
Yeah. He definitely definitely struggling a little bit. But yeah, let's see what's going on with this situation with Bronny James. I want to give everybody.
We're gonna have to talk about Bronny.
Yeah.
Bronny
That's
James,
a shame.
a freshman basketball player at USC, cardiac arrest while at a practice yesterday. Let me read a statement that was just provided to us by the family. It says, yesterday while practicing, Bronny James suffered a cardiac arrest. Medical staff was able to treat Bronny and take him to the hospital. He is now in stable condition and no longer in the ICU. We ask for respect and privacy for the James family, and we will update the media when there is more information. LeBron and Savannah, the parents of Bronny, wish to publicly send their deepest thanks and appreciation to the USC medical and athletic staff for their incredible work and dedication to the safety of their athletes. So cardiac arrest while at a practice yesterday. Importantly and crucially, before we have any more discussion, resting comfortably, no longer in the ICU. Let's get right to CNN Chief Medical Correspondent Dr. Sanjay Gupta. Sanjay, you've now seen the statement. Andy Scholes, I'm told, is with us as well. Sanjay, you've now seen this statement. Give us a sense of what you see here, what this means to you.
Well, so he's 18 years old. Sounds like he had this sudden cardiac arrest. There was a very fast, it sounds like, resuscitation, taken to the hospital. But as you point out, given the fact that he was in the intensive care unit, but was then able to leave the intensive care unit and is on a general care floor, that is obviously the most important sort of headline there. Obviously, the cardiac arrest what exactly triggered that, what caused that. That's what the doctors are going to be sort of investigating over the next several days. This is rare. We know that a few thousand people who are young athletes do suffer sudden cardiac arrests every year. There's all sorts of different reasons that can happen, electrical abnormalities of the heart. We know, for example, with Damar Hamlin, it was related to something known as cordis commotio, which is a blow to the chest wall. We don't know what happened specifically with Bronny James, but in any given year, this does happen thousands of times. Sometimes it can be a structural abnormality of the heart that was never really recognized until now. Wasn't recognized until someone actually first has a problem with it. It could be an electrical problem with the heart. Again, that was unrecognized till now. So we'll get more of those details. But again, the most important thing, thankfully, is that he appears to have been resuscitated successfully. And in terms of how doctors are looking at him now, they think that he is stable enough to not need intensive care at this point, which is also good news.
Yeah, man, that's crazy, right?
That has to be scary for any parent. You know, you see the pictures of his father. You know, it's you know.
I haven't even seen the pictures yet. But
Yeah, messed up. But yeah, they definitely wanted to play together, man. That's something that and I know how it is, man. He's very. One thing I love about LeBron, man, he's very supportive of his kids. You know, I'm all with that. And you know, this is definitely devastating to everybody in that household.
Yeah, that definitely is.
Yeah.
So, and also his teammates, you know, they're all young. To see something like that, and these guys, they had to work on him and everything.
Well, no, yeah, that's scary. Oh, yeah, that's scary.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure by him being LeBron's son, he's been exposed to the best doctors in the country.
Correct.
And you need to tell me nobody spotted anything. You know.
Yeah, but like they said, it could be a number of things. Freeze. It's dealing with cardiac arrest. Remember, people get it. Some people get it from, you know, operations, meds. It could be stress. He could be under. It's a whole bunch of things. It could be, you know, dealing with the heart. It's so many valves. You know what I'm saying? Like certain things you can't even detect.
Yeah.
You know? So,
all I know, if we go back many shows ago, I told you I talked about the same thing about all these athletes suddenly dying.
Yes.
No. Yeah. Oh,
yeah. Oh no, definitely.
I wonder if he took the jab.
It's mandatory. They had to.
So he did. See,
they all did. Yes, in order to be even in high school, any high school. Yes, in order high school teams and stuff. Even in college, but high school teams.
Damn it, Big Freeze, you might be on the goddamn. You better send me my goddamn. Send me my okay,
you know,
we're gonna make some
and
money.
Then there was also somebody, a medical examiner, that came forward, and he explained that just what he's seen in the last 18 months is he couldn't believe the cases of not only just young people, but just people in general. You know, like in their 30s. You know, and stuff, that they're coming and they're having and he was showing the vials and stuff, how many of them are having these clots.
Yeah.
That it's so high. Right. It's not like a smaller, it's not like, you know, you have an average of maybe, you know, let's make believe 500 a year somewhere or whatever. But this is now like almost 8 times that. You know, it's not something a little bit, it's spiked a whole lot. And so, of course, you know, that's also something to look at. But unfortunately, and that is true, like Dr. George was saying, there's so many things that could go with the heart. Electrical, it could be so many things that, you know, you could be fine. And then look how many, just high school football, right? Kids playing football or whatever, gets tackled and then boom. Or playing ball and they just pass out, and then they don't even make it off the field.
Right.
You know, you hear these stories, and everybody will say that the child just got that youth just got tested a week ago, and the physical, everything was fine, and blah 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 blah. So you hear so many of those stories like that, which is true. You know, and it's
you don't know what he's doing. He could have been doing something,
they was at
suspect.
practice.
No, I'm just saying an off time. You got to remember these are humans, so just like Len Bias, okay, remember he died of a cocaine overdose. So
Yeah.
I'm not saying
but
anything towards that, but like I said, it's
yeah.
he's very young, so for that to happen, he might
Yes.
be putting some people's bodies are not made up like that. Just because your father's a superstar athlete doesn't mean what I'm saying that you have the same structure. So he could be putting too much pressure on his body.
And again, it's also what you're taking. Remember, a lot of these athletes, they're taking these athlete shakes
Yeah,
and
Yeah,
all
yeah,
these
that's true
different
too.
things. You
yeah.
know,
And
and you never know.
yeah.
You know how
Oh,
they warn
right. One
you
of the
about
fights for my
taking.
daughter, she was taking something that was damn near close to steroids. They
Yeah.
have things
Right.
that are approved that's damn near like steroids. Oh yeah.
Yes. It's just like how they have the different things out here to give you that fast caffeine for like 3-4
Yeah.
hours.
Oh,
But
that's why
they
I said
warn you.
you don't
Oh
know what he's
yeah,
doing
yeah.
to enhance. You
5
feel
hour
me?
Yeah.
energy and all that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's not even like a person has to do anything that's illegal. It could be a combination of stuff. Even so it's just a shame that our prayers, of course, from Winning Cipher go out to the family and for him to have a full recovery and get back to doing the sport that he loves. But I'm pretty sure they're running a lot of tests to make sure that he's going to be able to not have. They don't want to have a second issue or something because again, just like Big Freeze was saying, if you got to get to the right hospital, if you want the best outcome, you got to get to the best hospital with the best doctors because time is a factor.
Yeah,
And with many things, time is a factor.
yeah, but like
So
Freed said, you don't think he has the best. Remember, he got the best physicians in the country.
definitely, definitely.
And this is even before this. You know what I mean. I doubt very highly if LeBron is playing around in that aspect.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, say, for instance, these guys go on tour somewhere because that's what a lot of teams do. They play in different states. Well,
Yes.
what happens if that next state doesn't have that grade A plus facility? Then you have to deal with whatever they have. That's all I'm saying.
People at the level of LeBron, he probably has an on hand meds, just like on hand, chefs. But
Yep.
this is the thing. Moving ahead, they definitely gonna it's gonna slow him down. Like I doubt very highly if he's gonna even be able to play this year. And see, one of the goals I was thinking LeBron was trying to get was to actually play with his son.
That's what he said. Yeah.
That was his goal.
That is his goal.
I hate to say it, but I don't know if he's gonna be able to compete at that type of level again.
That's why I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say. That right there could be diminished, and you got to remember your health comes first. And when something like this happens, a team will be, they'll be very cautious to give you that play time that you really would need to be that
right.
superstar.
Exactly.
So
like it was just one guy. His name is Cam Whitmore. He dropped down a lot in the draft because of health concerns. However, he wound up being a standout in the summer league.
Oh yeah,
being the MVP. But he was he was projected to go top 3, top 5, and he wound up dropping down to like 23 or something.
Oh yeah,
that's true.
It's all about your health, man. You gotta have your health. Got to be on deck. Got to be on deck.
Yeah. Agree with that.
Yeah, man. Stacks De Niro, what's up? Shout out to the
morning.
That goes.
I say salute.
Yeah, man. Everybody sending their loves, prayers up to LeBron Jr., man. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
He definitely got a road to recovery, man.
Yeah, that's an uphill battle for him.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, but hey, he's in good hands. Like you said, he's definitely gonna have the best people behind him, man.
Yep.
Yeah. He just luckily it happened on the court versus in your sleep.
Right, yes. Right. That's true.
That's what people don't understand. If that would have happened, or even in the bathroom.
Right,
A lot of people pass away because it happens not around people, and something like that. You want people around because that's a time frame on that. And the longer you go, that's you have people. The oxygen over the brain. Crap.
I'm a resend y'all this video of all these athletes that are just straight passed out like that.
Yeah.
Certain cardiac arrest. I
Yep.
still got it on my phone.
Yeah, I remember that. And that was because I got calls about that. Because I deal with people from different states and stuff, and I got calls about that. They say, "Okay, well, Mary, look into this, or what have you found out so far?" And it was, it was, you worry about that. You worry about the kids because remember, everybody, this is trying times now where stuff is happening, and are you getting all the new? You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like you have to go through the back channel to find out information and stuff. Because it's not being presented to the public the way it should be. It really isn't.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this: it's not really gonna be presented to the public in the United States. You got to look outside the country for that information, because, like in Australia, they have different laws. Like when Obama was in and stuff like that, he created the law where you can't sue for the if you get any type of vaccination. You can't sue these companies. However, the laws is not the same in other countries. So
that's true.
Yeah, so Pfizer and things like that are getting lawsuits in Australia, things of that nature. You can look that up.
Yep. Now they got the U.S. It's locked down. You can't. Yeah, it's already protected.
Now
they had it protected before it even went out.
Right.
That no matter what, once it went from what they call in like a draft mode versus the final approved mode, you could not, no matter if it even not only about death, but if it's a permanent paralysis or any kind of long-term effects, nope.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
See, when you look at the whole situation, if you live in here in the States, it was a lose-lose situation. And what I mean by that, remember when Obama was in office, he was talking about pandemics, future pandemics, right? And then he signed the bill where you couldn't sue if you had a reaction from a vaccine. Yeah. So this is when John's gonna say, "I got the 10-4 loan." Now, if you backtrack to the back then, so it had to be some type of knowledge of this coming on in the near future. So they made their preparation so these companies wouldn't be able to get sued. And then, bam! All of a sudden, here go. We haven't had a pandemic in our entire lifetime until now.
Yep.
Right.
Right.
And now all of a sudden we have this, and then you can't sue if something goes on for an experimental vaccine. That's the thing people not understand. It was an experimental vaccine. So basically, that's like the Tuskegee experiment. That was experimental. Right? And it led to all these people getting syphilis and spreading in their communities. Yeah. So now we taking vaccines that we don't know nothing about at all. We haven't had it before. So we just injected something in our bodies that we knew nothing about. No prior testing like that.
And remember, in a lot of places, you had a lot of jobs because of the way the White House pushed it out. It was mandatory. You either did it or you lost your job.
Mm-hmm. And now, and that's only first part of the wave. Did y'all see the videos I sent y'all earlier?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. But so this is all, for everybody. Look, like I said again, I always say that we got so much stuff on our plate, and then they have all these other things, and then especially not only as a parent, but like say for instance, if you're an adult that take care of your parents or even your grandparents, just like for the parents that have to make the decision what they want to do with their kids, if it's a jab, if it's not a jab, right? I want to do the right thing. That's the same thing to think about the older people. So it's it's a tough. It's really this whole subject is really tough for everybody.
Yeah.
And this goes across everybody. It has nothing to do male, female, your culture or whatever. It's humans, us humans, right on this planet.
Yeah.
And this is something that's really, really big. So But yeah,
That
this whole thing, like I said, this is something that I honestly feel, but again, just because I feel it doesn't mean it's going to happen, but I honestly feel more of this information should be definitely given out to the public. Is it going to happen? Nope. But, so people have
because
to do their research and find out themselves,
it's
right?
easier it's easier to control a group of people that has no knowledge versus people that have
Exactly.
knowledge.
Right.
So it'll never be put out there.
Or the media is streaming you to go down one road and that's it. They're
Right.
not giving you the availability to do 4 or 5 other different roads.
Excuse my language, but I think that was a major mind fuck. Like you was just talking about with the elderly, if you're taking care of somebody elderly and stuff like that, and then you don't want this vaccine, but then you scared because that's
jab.
Woo. Oh yeah, jab. My bad.
Yeah, but even in that, look at the verbiage. We got to say jab when here it is.
Exactly.
Yeah, we have to be careful.
This is eye opening to people who really, who really are, as they say, woke. You got to remember, a lot of people that just going with the flow to get along, gang, and that's what it is. But this past couple of years, man, if it hasn't been an eye opener to you, then you really sleep.
When this thing first happened, right? When they start talking about these jabs, I said this. I said, if I was an evil person or the devil, I would get people to do these things, and then knowing it's a time limit on when effects actually kick in.
Right. Because people are different, remember? Some get a response right away and they lose their life. Some get the side effects, some minor, some bad, and then some, like they say that there's a window before you'll see anything from 2 to 3 years from the time you got the second jab.
See, one thing I do, I watch the World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab and Bill Gates, all them, and I see what they be saying. And if you see what these people say, you would not take these type of chances.
Yeah. But again, and
but people's livelihood. You got to remember people's livelihood.
It's like you guys are all young, right? I mean, for me, I'm retired. I had an option. So when I was forced that way, I had options. But you guys are young. You guys have families. You guys can't just, you got it for your livelihood. So a lot of people did it so they could keep their roof over their head, pay their mortgage.
Right. Yeah, and I understand that. But then you putting something in your body you absolutely have no idea about. And then if you have some type of reaction to it, then what it's going to do? Look at me. I'm jacked up.
No, you are a perfect example. So it's like they say, tried and proved. You are a perfect example. Okay.
But
we're
gonna get into a lighter tone. I got something from one of my main groupies. Okay. we got it.
Oh no!
Oh shit!
They're doing the Barbie. Oh no!
Oh.
Oh no! They're doing the Barbie. Oh no! The Barbie pink. Oh no! Oh boy!
Oh, that's crazy right there.
Yeah, we got groupies all over, man.
Hey, Josh, you blowing up, man. You blowing up.
Nah, man, come on. I've been fucking blown up. This shit ain't nothing, man. But listen. First of all, I'm letting my groupies know you got the wrong side. You're supposed to get the other side of my face. Come on now. You picked the wrong goddamn side.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
This is a good laugh.
You gotta remember, man. Life is what you make it, man.
It's true. And you gotta keep.
Hey,
keep it positive.
Look, down the road, right? Down the road, you're gonna pull up this video and you're gonna be laughing your ass off.
I'm laughing my ass off.
I know you laughing right now, but I mean, you know what I'm talking about.
No.
Yeah.
It make it fun. It make it pretty fun. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. I say no shade. It's and this is look. We're on Hump Day. It's Wednesday. It's like, oh goodness.
No, yeah. It's Wednesday. We gotta have fun. But remember, we was talking about Tupac, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
we was talking about that Tupac case. See, it's a method to the madness.
So bullets were found at Keefe D's home and they are undergoing forensic testing. Hey, what's up? I'm A-Dub and check this out. So according to the Daily Mirror, Las Vegas police recovered several .40 caliber bullets while executing a search warrant at the Henderson, Nevada residence belonging to Keefe D's wife, Paula Clemens, last week. A former member of the Southside Compton Crips, Keefe D is the uncle of Pac's alleged killer, Orlando Anderson, and has admitted on more than one occasion to playing a role in the rapper's 1996 murder. A Vegas police source said the bullets will undergo forensic testing to determine if they have any link to the bullets found in Tupac's body or on the scene of the homicide. Homicide detectives have kept forensic evidence from Pac's death scene and body, including bullets and clothing, in secure storage for over 25 years. They also have full-scale laboratory analysis of shells, bullets, and powder from the crime scene. Microfibers or residues from the weapon or the bullet could prove to be a link. There is no information yet on the history of the bullets, how old they are, or their significance, and it will take some time to assess how the bullets play a role in this case. The source said that the search warrant was executed because investigators feel they can assemble enough information that could lead to an arrest or an indictment in the long unsolved case. However, they conceded that it is a long shot that the bullets will be the ones from 1996. A .40 caliber Glock pistol that was believed to have been used to kill Tupac was found in the garden of a Compton home back in 1998. An initial ballistics test conducted by the ATF in 2006 flagged it as a possible match to the shooting. However, a second ballistics test done by Las Vegas police determined it was not a match for Pac's case, and so it was sent back to the ATF, according to TMZ. After spending years in storage, the weapon was later destroyed by the ATF per standard procedure. Las Vegas police also seized various other items at Keefe D's home during their search, including computers, hard drives, and photos from the 1990s of individuals who might have been connected to people directly or indirectly involved in the shooting. The evidence will be presented to a Las Vegas grand jury to determine whether an indictment will be brought forward. Further search warrants may also be executed in the next few weeks. While no arrests have ever been made over Tupac's murder, Orlando Anderson, a Compton Crip who was killed in an unrelated gang shooting in 1998, was the prime suspect in the case. Anderson got into an altercation with him in the lobby of the MGM Grand in Vegas on the night of September 7, 1996. The fight stemmed from allegations that he had stolen the chain of a Death Row affiliate months earlier. Hours later, a white Cadillac pulled up alongside Tupac and Suge Knight near the intersection of East Flamingo Road and Colville Lane and opened fire, striking him multiple times. He died 6 days later in the hospital due to his injuries. According to the Daily Mirror, Keefe D detailed the shooting in vivid detail in his 2019 book, Compton Street Legend, in which he confessed to being in the car with Anderson and two others and handing his nephew the gun. Tupac made an erratic move and began to reach down beneath his seat. It was the first and only time in my life that I could relate to the police command, keep your hands where I can see them. Instead, Pop pulled out a straw, and that's when the fireworks started. One of my guys from the back seat grabbed the Glock and started busting back. The first shot skinned Suge in the head. I thought the MFer was dead. I heard stories that Suge supposedly used Tupac as a shield when the bullets started flying, but that's some BS. Suge was already wounded. As the rounds continued flying, I ducked down so I wouldn't get hit. When the shooting stopped, we boned out. But let us know your thoughts in the comment section.
Yeah, it's getting realer. Getting realer.
Well,
Wow.
He ran his mouth. See, from what I'm,
Yeah.
like I was saying before, he probably has a mole. You know, like a lot of these people, you got a mole in your crew. They're working out a little deal, whether it be with the state or the feds, and you know, especially a case like this. You know, and yeah, like I said, you get some prosecutors, DAs that want to, you know, aspire their careers to bigger levels. They'll take
Yes.
something like this and try to bite into it.
Yes.
So,
That's
you
true.
know, his best bet would have been go on with your life, you know, act like this never happened. But
Yeah.
you know, he'll be all
yeah,
right.
because on the low man, he would at least get accessory.
Right. Because you know.
He what?
On the low end, he would at least get accessory.
Because he was in the vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
No, it don't matter what he get. He's 60 years old, man. That shit will be done up. Even though that is messed up because, you know, they should have got him when, you know, it actually happened, you know. But
Right.
that goes to show how, you know, they take, you know, they'll take other people in higher regards as far as dealing with cases. Because I could never see this happening to a Justin Bieber, for example, and not having any justice like that. And especially when you have somebody saying that they did it and you're going to work a deal with them over a drug case. You know what I'm saying? When's the last time you seen somebody with a suspected of a murder case of a star be able to work a deal because they have a drug case? You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
that's why I said, but I know what's behind that. It was that Biggie Smalls lawsuit that the mother had, okay, which was worth 60 million, easy. Because remember when they do lawsuits on people like that, they would they they accumulate what they basically add up what Biggie Smalls would have made in his lifetime. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yep.
So yeah, it's just messed up how people, they'll put themselves under and let Keefy detail it. He'll probably say somebody snitched on him. No, you snitched on yourself, stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
He drew the map and gave details,
yeah. Like, oh, like, come on
in his
now.
book.
Yeah, he should have never did that. Never, constantly. He could have switched it up. Come out and talk about your gang life. You didn't have to go there.
Right.
Yeah.
Going
True
into,
that.
yeah, he got
Yeah.
a lot of history. He's, not one of the original members, but he's like one of the baby Crips or whatever they call them. That first group. But listen, we're gonna get it. I want to hear something real quick about some white privilege. This girl dropped some real deep stuff, and she was talking about white privilege, a white female, kind of
I
deep.
wanted to make a quick video about white privilege and why it makes
Oh yeah.
people
This.
so uncomfortable to talk about. So to talk about white privilege, I think we should start by talking about the norm of whiteness. So that's obviously tied to the privilege associated with whiteness. But the norm of whiteness is something that informs the standards in our society, the associations we have with different people based on how they look in society. Um, it's largely unchallenged in society. So the norm of whiteness is one that grants white criminals the benefit of the doubt, while black criminals are put on trial, or black victims even are put on trial by the media. Um, Sometimes they do not even make it to trial. They are often killed in police custody. Um, this norm of whiteness also informs what we come to know as beautiful, as intelligent, as threatening. Um, People of color don't have a choice whether or not to be seen through these norms. They just are. Um, and that explains why young black men, black kids, as young as 10 years old, are perceived as older, more threatening than white boys of the same age. Um, that's been proven in a study that especially police often see young black kids as more threatening. They're more likely to face police violence, to be charged with a felony rather than a misdemeanor. These are things that are built into our association. So it's
Yep.
not that it's one racist cop who's seeing a kid playing and assumes he's committing a crime. It's built into the associations we have with blackness in society. So whiteness is the norm of you are innocent until proven guilty, the norm of individuality, that is not necessarily combined with a racial identity, um, whereas blackness is unfairly associated with like criminality and danger and all these other negative associations. So these associations that we have structure the way that white people move in society more easily, but they're only noticeable when we contrast our experiences with people of color. So me walking in a store looking at stuff but not buying anything and then leaving, um, that experience is not really anything to take note of unless you contrast it with the experience of people of color who go into a store and are immediately followed, assumed to be shoplifting, maybe harassed or searched when they're leaving. So my experience is I'm treated as an individual. I'm treated as just the norm, um, with a great amount of privilege because the color of my skin does not alert someone to these associations that are wrong and that are very hard to notice if you do not take notice of your own privilege as a white person. So, and I'm not saying that we all deserve to be treated worse or anything. So like a white criminal deserves a fair trial. We all agree that the justice system is set up in a certain way, innocent until proven guilty. It's why we have, defense attorneys, etc. I know people get mad when I say etc. instead of etc., but it's just the way I say it.
All right.
So like a white criminal deserves a fair trial. That's the system that we've set up for a reason, and that shouldn't change. But we can't ignore that a black criminal is assumed guilty before they even enter a courtroom. They're often killed in police custody. So while whiteness is structured by positive associations, and you can see that when you Google things like beauty and it's all white people, or when you look on TV and in TV shows and movies, white people are time and time again the protagonists of the story, the heroes of the story, and people of color are often the victims or the criminals, the perpetrators,
killed off in the horror movies first.
So these associations are there, and the way that whiteness and blackness are structured are made up of these associations, and they inform the standards of our society in a way that privileges white people. And while it privileges white people, it disguises the costs for people of color. So when I move easily in society, it's easy for me to not notice the way that other people do not have that same privilege. It's easy for me to just, go in a store and leave and not think much of it. What white privilege asks us to do is to confront those realities, to confront the disparity between my experience and someone else's experience. So to be aware of your white privilege means to not be ambivalent toward racial difference. Racial difference makes a difference in our society. We can see that in the news every day.
All right, y'all. So what you think of her speech here? I believe her.
Well, she definitely hit it on the nose in the sense that when you're arrested, it's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. But in the culture for blacks and brown skin, no, you're guilty until proven innocent, and that means your people got to have your own private investigator, okay? Because if you just use the regular court appointed, that's not happening. You only see that person for like 5 minutes before you go in front of a judge, and it's all about taking a plea.
Yep.
So that's the sad part about it, and what a lot of people don't realize is the judge, the DA, and the court-appointed attorney or legal aid, I'll say, they all work for the same person. Okay, so they all, for every plea bargain case that they have, they all three of them get a bonus for every case they close out as a plea bargain. So it's not in their interest, even though your attorney's supposed to be your advocate and whatever, but your private attorney automatically will that's why it's different. But unfortunately, so many people don't have the money for a private attorney unless you get what they call a B attorney. It's called something B, where you get a private attorney that does pro bono. So many cases in a year, so you get that. You have to request for a B attorney, okay? But again, like I said, so that it's a shame, and that's that. And yes, our society is set up like that, and it's true. Okay, it's true.
Well, that's why I'm working on the record, right? MFC. I'm working on the record, Big Freeze, right? It's called Blame It on the Black Man, right? Check it out. I want to give y'all a little exclusive.
Oh boy, he's always up to something.
Sing it, girl.
It's your strength that'll hold you down. 'Cause they blame it on the black man. Yeah,
Blame it on the truth that prove fact, no mysteries. Check your history, you know the company like Misery. They so gifted with it, all a custom kitted. We daily crush them with it. Shall I tell who did it?
Yeah. Anyway, that's how we doing. Blame it on the black man, not the crack
Oh
man, the
no.
hijack man. Yeah.
But yeah, but and like I said, it's a shame. Our society, it's the scales are definitely not even
At all.
and that's just one other thing that the average person of color has to deal with every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's just,
She
it's an
really
uphill
was
battle, man.
Yeah, it's uphill battle, and
Uphill battle. You can never give up.
nope.
You know, I
That's
hear
why I
a lot
always
of
tell
people,
people.
"Hey, it's just the way it is." Like, man, man, shit. I got some real ancestors over here.
Yeah.
It
Well, that's
ain't
why I always tell people
fake
you got
over
to have
here.
that talk with your children. When you have your young adults and stuff, you got to have that talk with the males and the females.
Yeah, but MFC, this. I'm gonna keep it real. The way technology is and all that. That's why the whole DJ Mayo. Oh, I didn't know about playing dumb and everything. All these people. I didn't know that was offensive. Like, come on.
No, I know.
The way knowledge is passed now. It's.
That's
I
true.
see it with the kids. Come on, you
It's
get
true.
a 12-year-old. They have knowledge of a past 17-year-old. Why? Because
No, it's true.
the way they're learning now is such a fast pace compared
Yeah.
to other time frames.
Yeah.
Come
Every
on.
generation is, you see it, you see the difference in the generations as we go, and it's true. And I had to honestly say these kids I mean, they could do stuff technology wise, and it's like I tried to
Oh.
do something for the last hour and it's just not working.
Man, I spent
And
the hour trying to fix my TV. I had to get my young son to help me. Man, come on now.
and,
I was so pissed off when they fixed it in 5 minutes. I'm like, man, I was ready to. I digress.
It took my grandson less than 25. It didn't even take a full minute. He did a few clicks. He did this, and this, and it was like, boom. And I was like, what did you do?
Yeah.
So he had to then explain. And I was like, I did like out of 5 things, I did all of 3, but I didn't know you had to do these other 2. Oh yeah. So that's for real. So,
All right, we about to get bouncing on out of here. Everybody enjoy your day. You got anything to say to the peoples of the world? I just want to let everybody know. Have a good day. Save your money. Enjoy it. Life is too short for the BS. Okay.
Keep it positive. Work with your
you're gonna
family.
fall for anything.
Yep. Yeah. And from Winning Cipher, please like and subscribe.
Yes,
it's
like
so
and subscribe.
Funny. It's so funny to say that. It's like and subscribe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, spend your money, have fun, live your life, because this social credit score is coming soon.
Yeah. And the other thing also is, you live every day.
SB and John Blaze, get ready to get this down tonight. Let's go. My name is SB. I'm here to antique. Get it right. I rock it day to night. I love my mommy, love my daddy, love my granny too. I gave the princess a kiss on the cheek. Now she call me her boo. Don't no clues like that ninja. I be slick with it. I came to hit it. Home run, but yet a grand slam. Something big. SB taking out your big man. I got fans around the globe. I'm too heavy for your low. You couldn't see me on my worst day. I crush them in the worst way. Competition keep on wishing cause you can't get none. I'm in my pool backyard. Arizona in the sun. See I won whoa. And we just begun. The more games, the more fun, the more time to do it. I'm the youngest in charge. It ain't no need to act hard. See I'm the life of the party. Better ask somebody. See I'm the life of the party. Better ask somebody. Batter up. We came to change the data up. They gonna all scatter when that time really matters. I'm that truth here. But I bring that proof to bear. Crystal clear. You so see through. But no, not my peoples. We staying real with it. Bet you gonna deal with it. Use my brain before I react. Better keep it on track. I'm a winner. What's for dinner? If you cheat, you's a sinner. It's my first time here, but I'm not no beginner. Let me in. I'm so veteran. I'll take the competition to the lake. Lost, though, listen. You on my level? I'm a bit bolder. You just a pebble. I'm not a bass boy. Hit the 3 from the half corner. Climb to the top. My stumble. Bounce up. Do it for the party. Watch me be somebody. I love music. We get down and dance to it. Steady flowing like that fluid. If you ain't no now, you know it. It's the money sound beat. We came to do it. Do it. it. I'm the life of the party, better ask somebody. I'm the life of the party, better ask somebody. I'm the life of the party, better ask somebody. Better ask somebody, better ask somebody.